Now the A-beta vaccines. A-beta vaccines in mouse models were extraordinarily effective. Cleared the A-beta out, cleared the plaques out, reversed the symptoms, they were wonderful. They were not that effective in humans, but they were somewhat effective. And in fact, A-beta vaccines have the promise, theoretically, for being one of the most effective of the treatments. In this last phase 3 clinical trial, about 3 to 4% of people got massive inflammation in the brain, so they shut it down. One of the reasons they shut it down is because the efficacy of the people who were being affected was not that high. So they didn't think it was going to risk. So a form of A-beta, or a piece of amyloid plaque, or something like that, is injected in the person, and the person makes antibodies against it. Okay? So it's a vaccination just like any vaccination. Your body sees the A-beta, it knows it's there, it gets rid of it, theoretically. So it works again through decreasing aggregation. You make the A-beta 42, but presumably something will come along and clear it out. One of the interesting things that they're using for this is to use a nasal spray that, instead of causing antibodies to be formed, will stimulate one type of your immune cells to attack any A-beta they see. So you get a sniff of this nasal spray, the microglia cells see this A-beta there, get very active, go into the brain and clear all the A-beta. That's a possibility. Again, it's moderately effective. Here are the ways they think that A-beta antibody or an A-beta immunization may work. You might have antibodies that bind to the individual little peptides and stop them from clumping up to form a plaque. That's one way it might work. You might activate the immune cells around that will then chew up the plaque itself. And that's actually been seen in mice. Or you might cause the A-beta to move out of the brain into the bloodstream, where it's going to be cleared out. They are now working, the same people, Elon Pharmaceuticals, who did the first vaccine, say they have gotten around the inflammation problem. And it may very well be going back into clinical trials again. There's a lot left to do. But we now, in the past 15 years, have a much, much better understanding of what's causing Alzheimer's disease and what the individual pathways are. And you can see from these slides, just this simple slide, how complicated the system is. Each neuron has something like 50 to 60,000 different kinds of enzymes, all interacting with each other. We just do not understand it that well. But we understand enough now that we're starting to take steps to get the treatments. In our local research, we've found a compound that can block calcium from coming from one part of the cell into another. And we're doing preclinical work on that. All that is funded from Manitoba. There are other groups, and we, that are working in diabetes and Alzheimer's disease to see what the link between those two are. So a lot of this work is being done here. It's being done all over the place, in all different science labs, and we're all interacting with each other. The reason I got into Alzheimer's to begin with was because my grandfather had Alzheimer's disease while I was in graduate school. He was a simple farmer, and I'm a medical professor, but this man taught me most of what I know about life. And one of the things he said is, your greatest triumphs come when you think you're most alone. They don't come when you hit the home run or when you're talking in front of hundreds of people. They come when you think you have to give up, but you don't. And the other one is, you're almost never alone. So I look out here and I know you guys have shared some of the loss and pain of Alzheimer's like I have. But most importantly, you've decided to make something positive from it. And for that, I thank you very much. Well, thank you. Oh, you must have questions. I wasn't going to.